Hi, everybody. Victor here from the cave in darkness. I know some of you hate it. Try to enjoy it because there is a purpose for it. I'm trying for you to focus on what I have to say. That's it. Okay. I was going to prepare a conversation about something that happened over here these last couple of weeks that I think is very interesting, and that is not only about the future of organizations and about the future of animal rescue here in Spain, but I think it applies to organizations elsewhere. Whilst I speak, my colleague Linda, who has given me her word that is not going to fall asleep at my speech, will be dropping the donation link for Let's Adopt, in case any of you would like to help. What I'm trying to do here today is analyze the way animal organizations should prepare and face the future. And you will understand that this is a very difficult battle to face. Anyway, last 2 weeks, 2 organizations closed in this country. 2 good organizations. Good in the name, by evaluating them by the number of lives they have saved, by the reach they had in their communities, by how hard they were fighting, and by the stuff they were doing. Really great. But two of them closed. One of them had about 300 dogs. And they had to rehome them all really quickly and send them to other countries, to other organizations, to place them in places. And it was all done rather in a rush because the owner of the place that was renting the land was selling the land, so they had to be evacuated. And in the end, they decided not to continue. They gave up, and they just closed down. And the other is an organization that was handling cases from rescues from the road. I mean, they had a number of cages, electronic cages, and they were catching dogs from the road. They helped us in the past with the rescue of Mocha. Many of you will remember. Great people. They had a 50 teams, I think, all over the country. Really great. But the director of the place burned down completely. Too much pressure. It's difficult. It's difficult to run an organization like theirs, like ours. It is difficult because there's so many things involved, and I'm gonna tell you. Many people write to me all the time, telling me that to open an organization like Let's Adopt is their dream, and that what could I advise them to do? I mean, they want to do what I've done, and they see that it's working and inspiring and beautiful, and they see I'm not completely burned yet. So yeah, I want to do the same thing that Viktor is doing, which is great. When I get a letter like this, I always tell them to think twice, to think very, very carefully at the things, not only at the things they can do now, but at the things they're willing to learn. Because unless they learn really quickly and really seriously about a number of things, their organizations are going to fail. I always tell them, how are you doing making videos? Are you good at shooting, taking pictures and making videos? Usually they tell me that they are not, but that's not important. What do you mean? What do you mean it's not important? It is very important. It is the most important thing. I mean, to rescue a dog from the streets is a mechanical act. Just go there, take the dog, you take it. It's relatively easy. It's very fulfilling, but the mechanics of it, to grab the dog and put him in a cage in the car and take him to the vet, that's a very easy act. Very rewarding, though. The complications start after that, when you have to learn about veterinary sciences, when you have to learn about fundraising, when you have to learn about taking videos in order for people to get the story of that dog and donate. Because if they don't donate, then you won't be able to pay for that bill. And if you're not able to pay, it's going to go on your shoulders and it's going to crumble you. I mean, it's gonna destroy you. I mean, maybe not the first, not the second, but when you have 10 dogs, all of them with vet bills, you die. I mean, I know many people that have been bankrupt because of running an animal rescue. And yeah, I mean, I've actually known people that have died as well. They, unfortunately, yeah. So I always tell them, think twice. Think that this is not easy, and that is the work that you're going to have to do. Most of it is not even going to have to be related to dogs. I mean, you're going to have to become a manager, a fundraiser, the face of the organization. No, but I don't want to be on camera. Poof. If you're not willing to be on camera, difficult. Maybe at a later stage. Maybe at a later stage you can just slowly fade out into the shadows. But not at the beginning. You have to be the face of it. And if you're not willing to do that, then don't start. Support another project. Support another rescue. Do something else, but don't, because immediately you're going to be saddled with a number of dogs that are going to be your responsibility for life. Once you rescue the dog, he's yours. Bam. And the responsibility of a life is a lot, especially when you have to involve expensive medical care and, let me know. You've seen what we do. Even after being adopted, sometimes you have to go back to pick the animal back. You have to find them homes. So unless you have a community, unless you're building a community, that's going to be very difficult. Even us with a big page, it's not easy to find homes for the dogs, to find the right homes, so that there are no mistakes. It's not easy. So I always tell them, how good are you taking videos? I don't know, well, I'm not so interested. I'm 65. No, you cannot start a rescue at 65. It's a very bad idea. Just do the numbers. Not good. If you start at 40, maybe, I don't know, but you have more energy. But if I had to start this now, I mean, I'm not 65, I'm 53, but I wouldn't do it. No, this is something that starts. You have to start earlier. There's a point where it becomes more difficult. So what do these organizations that are closing down here, what do they all have in common? What they have in common is that they are doing things the old way, the way that was always done before the advent of social media, even before the arrival of social media, about 15, 16 years ago. Beforehand, organizations used to fundraise in other ways. It's not like before, like today. They used to do balls, dinners, fundraisers, get a lot of people having a dinner. Hopefully some of them will donate. And sometimes it works for some. Other things that they used to do. Over here in Spain, for example, they sell calendars and t-shirts and mugs. And they have like these little things that they leave in places so people can donate over there. And then they go and they go picking up these little pots. Thank you, Kat. Other thing that they do here in Spain is they go around collecting Coca-Cola bottle taps, the plastic taps. Apparently you pick up this thing, and if you have many tons, they pay a lot of money, like 1 cent per tap. How many millions of taps you have to pick up from the streets? Fonette, ça c'est indirect. On ne peut pas traduire à l'instant. This is a life. I cannot have a translation. Je parle français, mais tout le monde ici parle anglais. Okay. So, they do things like they were doing before. And they haven't adapted to the new ways, to the digital ways, where video is king, where video is the leader that propels your ideas into space and brings support and brings donations and brings homes. So if you're doing the things the old way, eventually it's too much. They cannot make it. That the dogs don't find homes, and they cannot pay their bills. So they say, well, but we rely on volunteers. When an organization relies exclusively on volunteers, I'm so sorry for the dogs. It cannot be run that way. Volunteers are volunteers. They appear whenever they can or whenever they want. This is why it's called volunteer. And the dogs have to be fed and they have to be taken care of every day, all the time, 24 hours a day. You cannot depend on volunteers. It's a nice plus. It's the icing on the cake. But this thing has to be done professionally. Otherwise, oh my God, some messages have been deleted. What are they saying? I hope they're not haters. Last thing I want is to have a hater on a live session. Anyway, Linda, you take care of them. So, with the arrival of social media came a different way to fundraise. It became easy to propel your ideas, to send your ideas outside. If you were taking pictures, if you were shooting video, if you learned how to edit, that became, in a way, easier. You could build a community. This was not possible before. At some point, I remember when we started in Turkey, way back then, I was actually buying space from the newspapers to put a picture of a dog and say that the dog needed a home. I mean, imagine, it was a fortune. It was crazy, unsustainable. We couldn't do it. So shelters were so big in the country, and it was so difficult to find homes. But then changed. Social media arrived, and things became easier, and donation links, and PayPal, and you can donate, you can put your credit card. But even today, I still have people that tell me, no, I don't use the internet for money transactions. Oh my God, we are alive because of the internet. What do you mean you don't want to send money through the internet? So when you buy a plane ticket, how do you do it? When you buy something, no, I mistrust the internet. Well, then it's a problem. Then we have, yes, of course, I mean, we have a bank account, but unless we all move in the same direction, the animals suffer. If we had to depend on people doing things in a way that they haven't adapted, they don't want to adapt to the digital age, it becomes really difficult. But then there's another step. There's something that is happening right now. Oh my God, do you have a hater now? What is this hater saying? Oh my. Oof. But you know the worst part is that I don't know what this person is saying. Never mind, doesn't matter. I'm gonna ignore. So, but the world is changing nowadays, really fast, really fast, much faster than it has been changing over the past 15 years. Just the last year, there's been the explosion of a new technology, artificial intelligence, and is just taking over so many things. Now, there are some organizations that are adapting to the new technologies. We're one of them. But then there are people who are still not adapted to even the idea of having a YouTube page. I always ask everybody, when they write to me and say, do you have a YouTube page? Well, no, we don't. Okay, are you on Facebook? But sometimes. We posted 6 months ago last time. Wow, my God, how do you survive? How can you do it? Well, we cannot survive. Okay, time to adapt. Because unless you adapt and really quickly, you're going to have to close. I mean, you will burn out at the sheer pressure of all of this. And it's difficult. It's difficult. Because very difficult to make people, once they reach a certain age, to convince them that there is another way. Nobody wants to change. Everybody wants to do things the same way they've done it all their lives, even if it doesn't work. But just because of the inertia, no, I'm already, yes, I've always done it that way, so I'm going to continue. And then people continue writing to me and telling me that we should do calendars and sell calendars, and that I should sell, I don't know, doesn't work. I mean, it used to work before, but not anymore. Now there's a different way of doing this. So many people just write to me and ask for advice, and when I tell them that it would be really wise for them to start building a community on YouTube, nobody wants to hear. Nobody wants to hear. But yes, but you have to. And you have to learn how to make video. And you have to learn how to edit. And you have to learn how to write copy. And if you don't learn all those things, then there's going to be trouble ahead. Anyway, I was planning to speak for much longer today. Get some sponsors. I'm out. Okay, you're out. Get some sponsors. Okay, good idea. Great comment. Get some sponsors. You know what? Let me tell you about the sponsors. In all these years, I don't know, 18 or I don't even know how many years of doing this. We've never had any sponsors. Never. And the common idea, well, contact pet food companies. See if they sponsor you. Well, not really. If I was sponsored by a pet food company, I would have to feed them the way these people want me to feed my dogs, and I'm not going to do that. If I was sponsored by somebody else, another company, maybe they don't like my message. Maybe they don't like my hair or my black background, or I'm selling out. Maybe they don't like the cases I take, or maybe they don't like my stance on euthanasia, or maybe they don't, and then you are completely at the mercy of advertisers. So in all these years, we only had one advertiser, one sponsor, one for one video, and that was Audible, the company making the audiobooks and stuff. And I recommended them because I believed in them. Never again. It hasn't happened, and it's not going to happen. I mean, maybe at some point we're really desperate, and then I start reaching out for advertisers, and then I put these really, really strong conditions, and they have to fulfill. But I don't see myself. I mean, look, I'm much more comfortable asking you to donate for a particular dog than asking you to buy a mattress from a mattress company, or to download an app from someone that I don't know. So I can recommend what I do, but I'm not comfortable selling other people's products. It hasn't happened, and I tell you, I get requests like all the time. I don't even reply. It's not our model. Our model is to build a community and then hopefully convince you that what we're doing is good enough for you to support. And that I can do. No problem. That I can do. So that's why we don't have sponsors. Another thing, well, maybe you should have the mayor of your town sponsoring you. What? Never. First of all, the mayor of my town is not going to be the mayor in 4 years. So whatever he promises, in 4 years it will be gone. Secondly, if I sign a deal with him, he's going to give me peanuts. And he's going to completely swamp my place with every dog that comes from everywhere. I mean, we will have 700 dogs tomorrow. He will dump dogs onto us just because he signed a deal where he's giving me, X amount of... No. I'll be at his mercy, and I don't want to do that. It's not going to happen. I'd rather be at your mercy than at the mercy of a politician, especially if it's a Spanish one. Poof, my God. Anyway, they're all the same. It doesn't matter. Any politician, not interested. That's why we don't have sponsors. No. What if I get a sponsor that is a company that I love and used long before they came to you? Well, it happened once, Audible, but no. And no, it's too free. I mean, we couldn't build this thing if we hadn't been completely free from any restraints from advertisers or sponsors. Then they say to you, well, unless you do this, we will pull out our support. Okay? And then you're stuck. It's much better that way. If any of you gets upset with me, I don't like the way you did this, or I don't like your hair, or, I think you're an asshole, Victor. I don't like the way you speak in these live sessions. I'm going to pull out my $10 a month. Okay, well, I understand. Sorry to see you go, and hopefully you will come back. But I'm here doing my work, doing what I do. I mean, we cannot be hostages to anybody trying to blackmailing us because they're going to pull their ads, or they're going to pull their sponsorships, or they're not going to send us any dog food that anyway we don't even use because our dogs eat raw. So this is why. It hasn't been a good idea. God, let me see. Takis for a visit from the Greek PM to get him. Well, if Takis got a visit from the Greek PM, it means that Takis is getting notoriety in his country, and the Greek PM would like to have a picture taken with Takis. Takis didn't go to see the Greek PM. The Greek PM came to see him. Wow. Why is that? I wonder. I'm going to call Takis tomorrow. Takis, if you're watching this, I know you watch all my videos every day because the only thing is you watch my videos. It's a joke. He never watches my videos. But I will call him tomorrow and I will ask him how did it go with the Greek PM. And I'll ask him who is the Greek PM. Because in Greece they change even more often than in other countries. So, no, definitely not there. Not there to help Takis. Absolutely, I'm sure he wasn't. But anyway, I have 2 million things in the center. Well, the solution for us is what it is. It's just continue doing what we do. Yeah, that's it. I mean, this is my life. I'm going to continue doing what I do. Every Sunday at this time, I'll just have a chat with you. During the week, I'll be running around, rescuing, coordinating, sending my brother to do this, me doing this other thing, hiding people, because we lost some people, so there's new people coming on board. That's life. That's life. And in every video, I will be asking for donations and recurrent subscribers. And if you want to join us, please sign on that link that Linda is going to drop now. If she decides to do it, is she going to do it? Linda is listening to me for the last 2 hours. She doesn't want to. Yeah. Linda, I know you're tired. Go to bed. Who wants to be here listening to me? So I'm gonna go now, and I'm gonna go and speak to the neighbor. He's complaining that Nano is barking. Poor Nano. Poor Nano. How can somebody complain about that angel? So I'm gonna go to the neighbor. I'm gonna bring him home, and I'm gonna introduce him to my dogs. Let's see what happens. That's the best way to deal with people like this. He's very upset because at 8:20 a dog is barking. I have 9 dogs and they're all in silence, but there's one that is barking at 8:20 in Spain. Yes. One dog is barking at 8:20 in Spain. We live in the countryside, so everybody has dogs, but he's unhappy because that one dog is barking. I'm going to recommend him a few things. Well, he should put some things in his room so that there's less sound. That's going to help him. Other than that, move to town. I mean, but in town there's going to be other problems. There's going to be traffic. There's going to be this and that. Somebody's trying to donate, but we don't let Vivian. What do you mean? Of course, we want your help. I wonder what it is. Send us an email. Maybe there's something wrong with the way you're doing it. I don't know. There's something wrong with the site, but I don't think so. It's working well. Anyway, so I'm gonna go. What is Michaela? Michaela classmate. What is happening to Iris? Iris has left. Iris has moved onto other stuff. She was as I said, it's tough. She was going to the hospital with my brother every other day, dealing with issues at the rescue center and everything. She decided that she wanted to have a different career path, and I don't blame her. So young and so great and so brilliant. So I wish her good luck in whatever she does. And we've hired some new people, one to replace Maribel, one to replace Iris, and one to replace Carla, that has also left because of family issues. Earplugs, yes, that's another one. I don't know. But the thing is that I just went and I shot a video of my dogs. They're all sleeping, and the guy is complaining. He has put, this guy is so crazy. He has put an ultrasound kind of thing, pointing at my house like this, and you can hear all the beep 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 beep, like a sound like this, that is designed to annoy my dogs. My dogs don't even hear that thing. But I do. I'm not complaining. But this guy is trying to annoy my dogs, and he's annoying all the other neighbors in the place. I'm gonna go talk to him now. Maybe he's Polish. I don't know. Let's see how he takes the news that I think is exaggerating. But come on, this is Spain. Nobody complains in Spain because a dog barks at 8. Wow, I wonder what's going to happen this summer. When he realizes that he finds out that in Spain, people have dinner at 10 in the evening. Jeez, he's going to go crazy. Anyway, got to go deal with the crazy neighbor. There's always someone. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. And if there's any haters, well, I'll see you tomorrow too. Take care of yourselves. Linda, thank you very much for being there. Ciao. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. I'm gonna go and kill that neighbor. Nano is gonna bite him.